Okay, so for this question, we've got a graph, we've got one of these things down here, which usually indicates that we're going to have to create some kind of table. But let's give the question a read through and see what we need to do. Kate has this information about the total monthly sales for a shop in 2018. Kate needs to put this information in a table. The table must show the total sales for each quarter of the year. And it does describe what quarters are. You've got quarter one, which is from January to March. Quarter two, which is from April to June. Quarters are just, it's the entire year split into quarters. So that quarter one from January to March is the first quarter of the year. That's all that means, and it has explained that to you by saying it's from January to March. Draw and complete a suitable table for Kate. Use the grid below to show your table. You can drag the dot to resize the grid, and you can type in each cell. So the first thing we're going to do is draw the table, and then we're going to fill it in with the data from the graph. Now it says our table needs to show the total sales for each quarter, which tells me that we're going to need two columns. We're going to need one for the quarter and then one for the total sales. It's absolutely fine if you want to do it in two columns like this, or if you'd maybe done it in two rows like that, that would be fine as well. Don't know why, just naturally I decided to do columns. So in the first one, first column is going to be for which quarter, so quarter 1, 2, 3 or 4, and the second one is going to be for the total sales. Now I'm going to call them quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3 and quarter 4, and then we need to find the total sales for each quarter, which is actually a little bit of work because the number I put in here for the total sales for quarter 1 is the total sales in January plus the ones in February plus March. So I need to add up all the sales from those 3 months because they are the total sales from quarter 1. Now I can still use the calculator, that's still here. So we are going to add up the total sales from January, which we can just read off as 160, plus the sales from February, plus the sales from March, and that's quarter 1, January to March. I've added up the ones from January to March, which is 370, so that's the total sales for quarter 1. Quarter 2 then goes from April to June, so we read off April, oh, I went a bit wonky there, April, which is 90, plus May, 30, and June, which was only 10. So quarter 2, April to June, total there is only 130. 130. Quarter 3 goes from July to September. So July, 40. August, 50. Oops. Oh, 40, 50. We're going from July to September. So July, August, September, 140. So that's 230. And finally, quarter 4 goes from October to December. So October, 70, November, 90, and December, 140. October, November, December, yeah. So that's 300. And that is it. That is the question finished. It would be good if this was the real thing to check that you've read the graph right and you've added up the numbers correctly. So if we just checked the first one, for example, it was 160 plus 60 plus 150. So it's worth doing like little checks, especially if you're not going to run out of time or anything. But yeah, that's it. We designed a table. The table must show the total sales for each quarter of the year. Yep, we've done that. And we've filled in the table. So that's all good. Nice.